It was supposed to be a normal journey. A late-night train called Z47 Express departed from a nearly empty station, its final destination listed as a small, forgotten town that barely existed on maps. The time was 11:58 p.m. when Saad boarded the train, exhausted after a long day, hoping to sleep through the ride. The station itself felt strange, too quiet, too still, as if the world had paused. Only a handful of passengers were present, each sitting silently, avoiding eye contact. The moment Saad stepped inside the train, a cold wave ran through his body. The lights flickered slightly, then stabilized, and the doors shut with a heavy metallic echo. At exactly 12 a.m., the train began to move. At first, everything seemed normal. The rhythmic sound of the tracks, the faint hum of the engine, and the dim yellow lights created a sleepy atmosphere. Saad took a seat near the window, noticing an old man sitting across from him, staring blankly ahead. Trying to break the silence, Saad asked, "Sir, how long does this train take to arrive?" The old man slowly turned his head, his eyes dull and lifeless, and replied in a low voice, "This train never arrives." Saad chuckled nervously, assuming it was some kind of joke, but the man returned to staring into nothingness, as if the conversation never happened. Minutes passed, or at least it felt like minutes. Saad checked his phone, no signal. The time read 12:17 a.m. He leaned back, trying to relax, but something felt off. The train wasn't stopping at any stations. There were no announcements and no signs of life outside, just endless darkness rushing past the windows. Then suddenly, the lights flickered again, this time longer, plunging the compartment into darkness for a few seconds. When the lights came back, Saad noticed something strange: the passengers had changed. The seats that were once empty were now occupied. People sat silently, their heads slightly tilted downward, their faces hidden in shadow. A chill ran down his spine. He looked back at the old man, but he was gone. In his place sat a woman, her hair covering her face completely. She wasn't there before. Saad's breathing grew heavy as he stood up, scanning the compartment. These people, when did they come? He whispered to himself. No one responded. Slowly, he began walking toward the next carriage, hoping to find the conductor or anyone normal. As he stepped between compartments, he noticed the walls were different. The paint was peeling, revealing dark stains underneath, almost like dried blood. The air grew colder with every step. Then he heard it, a faint whisper coming from behind him, "Ticket." Saad froze. He slowly turned around. A tall figure stood at the end of the corridor, the ticket collector, but something about him was wrong. His uniform was torn, his face pale, and his eyes completely black. He extended his hand unnaturally, repeating in a distorted voice, "Ticket." With trembling hands, Saad pulled out his ticket and handed it over. The collector stared at it for a long moment, then slowly looked up at Saad. His lips stretched into a thin smile. "This ticket is one way." Before Saad could ask anything, the collector disappeared, just vanished as if he was never there. Panicking now, Saad rushed into the next compartment, and what he saw made his blood run cold. Every passenger was staring at him, not blinking, not moving, just staring. Their faces were pale, their eyes hollow, and then one by one they began to smile, wide, unnatural smiles stretching far beyond what a human face should allow. Saad backed away, his heart pounding violently. "What is all this?" he shouted. There was no answer, only silence. Then suddenly all the lights went out again, complete darkness, and in that darkness he felt hands, cold hands, grabbing him, pulling him, while whispers filled the air from every direction. "You boarded, now you stay. This train never ends." When the lights came back, Saad found himself sitting alone in the compartment. Everything looked normal again, empty seats and calm silence as if nothing had happened. Shaking, he checked his phone. The time read 12 a.m. "Impossible," he muttered. The train had reset. Everything was happening again. The same old man entered and sat across from him, the same silence returned, and then, "This train never arrives." This time Saad didn't laugh. Determined to escape, he waited for the next flicker of lights, and when it happened, he ran toward the emergency exit, trying to force the door open, but no matter how hard he tried, it wouldn't budge. The windows showed nothing but darkness, no tracks, no land, just a void, as if the train wasn't even on Earth anymore. Then he noticed something carved into the metal near the door, attempt number 27. His hands trembled. Have I tried to escape before? Memories began flashing in his mind, running, screaming, trying to escape, dying, and waking up again, trapped forever. Suddenly the train screeched loudly, as if it was finally stopping. Hope filled Saad's chest as the doors slowly opened. Outside was a station, but not a normal one. It was completely dark, covered in fog, with broken signboards and no visible exit. A single board flickered weakly, displaying the station name, Last Stop. Behind him, the passengers began to stand up all at once, slowly turning toward him, their smiles wider than ever. The ticket collector's voice echoed through the train, "All passengers, please exit." Saad realized the truth. This wasn't a journey, it was a trap, and now it was his turn to leave. As he stepped off the train, the doors slammed shut behind him. The train slowly disappeared into the darkness, leaving him alone on the silent platform. For a moment, everything was still. Then another train whistle echoed in the distance. Saad turned slowly. A new train was arriving, and inside he saw new passengers, unaware, just like he once was, and standing among them was himself, smiling. Some journeys are not meant to take you somewhere, they are meant to keep you forever.